Welcome to Hollywood Bulletin, where we uncover the real stories behind the entertainment world's most iconic moments, and today, we're diving deep into the legacy, mystery, and controversy behind the legendary show Soul Train and the man who created it, Don Cornelius. Soul Train wasn't just a TV show, it was an entire movement, a cultural landmark that shaped generations of music, dance, and black excellence on screen. But what started as a joyous celebration of soul music also held secrets, conflicts, and tragedies that ultimately led to its downfall. As we reflect on Don Cornelius's legacy following his death in Los Angeles at the age of 75, in what authorities ruled an apparent suicide, we also uncover the one shocking moment producers never wanted you to see, a moment so intense it never aired and helped shake the show's future. Soul Train was bright lights, smooth moves, and unforgettable style, but behind the grooves were real stories of triumph, tension, and transformation that defined television history. Soul Train was born out of necessity and vision, created at a time when black culture had little to no space on mainstream TV. Back in the mid-1960s, a Chicago station called WEU began airing shows like Kitty Go and Red Hot and Blues, which featured mostly African-American dancers. Don Cornelius, a local radio DJ and news reporter, saw the opportunity and began hosting soul-themed dance parties in high schools, calling them the Soul Train. The crowd loved it, and so did Cornelius, who believed that black music and talent deserved to shine on television. On August 17, 1970, with a shoestring budget and black and white cameras, Soul Train premiered on WEU as a live afternoon show. It wasn't fancy, but it had soul, with acts like Jerry Butler and the Emotions gracing the first episodes, and Cornelius hosting with a calm authority and unmistakable cool. It didn't take long for Soul Train to evolve into a national sensation, thanks in part to a sponsorship from Johnson Products, the company behind Afro Sheen, which helped take the show into syndication. Soon, cities like Los Angeles, Detroit, and Philadelphia were airing it, and the show moved to LA, cementing its spot as a pop culture giant. Don Cornelius had become more than just a host, he was the pilot guiding a movement. He always ended the show with that now legendary phrase, "We wish you love, peace, and soul," a line that lives in history and hearts to this day. But as Soul Train grew, so did the stakes, the expectations, and the tensions. For over 2 decades, from 1971 to 1993, Don hosted nearly every episode, with only one exception, when Richard Pryor took over for a special. But by the mid-1990s, Cornelius stepped down from hosting, passing the mic to new faces like Mistro Clark, Shamar Moore, and Dorian Gregory. Though the energy remained, many fans felt the absence of Cornelius deeply, and the show never quite recaptured its original magic. Soul Train was more than Don Cornelius. It was a platform that launched careers, not just for musicians but for dancers too. Regular kids from the neighborhood became national stars with signature moves and undeniable swagger. Cheryl Song and Rosie Perez became household names through their dance performances, with Cheryl's floor-length hair and Rosie's fierce style capturing the nation's attention. But as time passed, some dancers spoke out, revealing they weren't paid, were often fed only KFC meals, and were pitted against each other for airtime. Rosie Perez even shared a harrowing story of an altercation with Cornelius when she refused to dance in a way that made her uncomfortable. It escalated to the point where she threw a piece of fried chicken at him out of frustration. Despite these issues, Soul Train continued to be a home for the biggest names in music. From Aretha Franklin to the Jackson 5, Marvin Gaye to Al Green. The performances weren't just concerts, they were cultural experiences. But behind the scenes, Cornelius was growing more disconnected. He didn't understand hip-hop, wasn't fond of East Coast dance styles, and admitted that groups like Public Enemy frightened him. Though he continued to invite rap artists to perform, his passion for the genre wasn't there. Eventually, this disconnect contributed to his decision to step down in 1993. Without him at the helm, the show drifted. Ratings slipped, time slots changed, and by the mid-2000s, reruns replaced new episodes. The show officially ended after the 2005 to 2006 season, rebranded as the Best of Soul Train. Cornelius tried to revive it, partnering with Trifecta Entertainment, but it wasn't enough. Meanwhile, ownership changed hands multiple times. First to Madvision Entertainment in 2008, then to a group led by Magic Johnson in 2011, and later to Bet Networks and Paramount Global. These new teams brought back the Soul Train Music Awards and launched projects like the Soul Train Cruise. But the spark of the original was gone. Cornelius, once a trailblazer and pioneer, lived a life of deep contrasts. While his professional success was groundbreaking, his personal life was filled with challenges. A difficult marriage, health issues, and emotional struggles cast shadows in his later years. In 2012, the world was stunned when Don Cornelius died by suicide, leaving behind a legacy both celebrated and complicated. He created something that made people feel seen, brought joy to living rooms every Saturday, and opened doors for countless artists and dancers. But the story behind Soul Train was never as smooth as its dance lines. It was filled with hard truths, hidden tensions, and painful endings. And yet, what remains is undeniable, a legacy of soul, style, and strength that continues to inspire. Do you think a show like Soul Train could exist today? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into music history, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss a moment of entertainment history that truly matters.